What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Sporting. Today we take on Braga and Benfica in the league. We've only played one game since I last saw you in the league against Boavista, and we beat them 3-0. It was a good start. We played that 4-3-3. It was away from home, but I still wanted to play our 4-3-3. I want to play it as much as I can. Pedro Gonzalez got a brace. Angel Quintana got a goal. So, good start to the season, and it's a fully deserved performance as well. We were really good. Dominated possession, dominated the chances. But it's going to get a little bit harder now because we've got Braga who, have been a consistent top 5 team over the past couple of years. Last year, I think they were 4th behind us, Porto, and Benfica. Year before that, I think they were 5th. So they're a pretty decent team, but it is at home at least. But then Benfica. I'm not really sure what to expect because last year they were pretty disappointing to the point they fired their manager. So I don't know what this season's going to look like for them. If they're going to be better, or if they're going to be more of the same. So we'll see. We'll see today. It's away from home, so it'll be tough. But if it's last year's Benfica, I feel pretty confident. So the team we've got for this one, we've got a couple injuries, nothing too serious. Other than, of course, the Rivniera injury, who's out for another 2 to 3 months. But, so we get to the team selection. Ruan has a little bit of a knock, so he's out for 2 more days, so he can't play today. Weigl also got out for another 3 weeks. Rivniera, of course, I said 2 to 3 months. And Bruno Thiago, not back just yet. Another 5 to 11 days. So the squad we're going with is going to be this one. Gonzalez starts up top next to Sesko and Quintana, who scored the last match. So he gets to start today. In the midfield, starting midfield of Nunez, Polini, and Gonzalez. Dean is here. Lucas Dean is here, and he's starting for us at left back. He started that last match against Boavista. Played a 7.8, I believe. So a good start to his sporting career. Inacio, and with the Ruan injury, Ampadu's going to come in as the other center back, Malagusto right back, and Giovanni Herrazo in net. So it's a strong squad, still going with our 4-3-3. On the bench, it gives us Franjic, Dyer, Bergancha, Ugarte, Tabata, Sensi, and Daryl DK. So I hope we have another good game today. The early signs for this tactic are pretty positive, but we haven't played a lot with it yet, and there's still a lot of season to go with a lot of good teams to face. So hopefully we keep together our performances, put another good one in today, set ourselves up in good form to take on Benfica. I want you to pick up where you left off last time out. We can't be looking ahead to Benfica. Braga are currently the team in front of us, and they will be able to cause us 1 or 2 problems. I thought we put in a pretty good performance against Boavista, but we're going to need more of that today. About 34 minutes in, there's been a lot going in our favor, but no highlights, and I don't think this one's going to be going in our favor either. I'm pretty sure Sesko was offside there. So far, we've absolutely dominated possession. I think like 66% right now. And we have like 13 shots currently with 4 or 5 on target. So the fact we haven't seen one good enough to be a highlight, a little concerning. And we're going to halftime in a first half that we've absolutely dominated 0-0. This is far too common of an occurrence. I'm not happy with their performances out there. Yeah, we have all the stats, but absolutely nothing to show for it. This cannot keep happening. Shots on target, possession, means absolutely nothing if you don't score. First highlight of the second half is going to be a corner. Mateus Nunez to put it in, Inacio to put it in the back of the net. Of course, it's going to take a corner. We can't score from open play, but we're a pretty decent team from corners. Inacio wins it this time, puts it in the back of the net. And our first goal of the match comes from a defender. From a corner, Mateus Nunez put it in, a good ball in. Inacio, pretty good header, the keeper flapping at air. Another highlight, 65 minutes in. We're going to start from the build from the back. Ampadu on the ball. He's going to look to find somebody eventually. Finds Sesko, who drops pretty deep. Who finds Malagusto with the through ball. He's going to look to go down the right-hand side. He's got a yellow. A little bit concerning. He finds Pedro Gonzalez. Started off this season with 2 goals. And we nearly get another. Gonzalez, good save from the goalkeeper. Looks like we're going to see the corner, though. We've already scored from one of them. Can we score another? Lucas Dean is on it. He's going to looks for Inacio at least. He can't quite win it. Pedro Gonzalez is going to pick it up. Going to go back to Inacio. And back out to Malagusto going down this left-hand side right now. Inacio back on the ball. Gonzalez playing it pretty nicely between each other. He's going to find Sesko at the back post, but a good save from the goalkeeper. He was offside, though. 4 minutes left. I paused this just so we can see the match stats. Like, the fact we're only up 1-0 is an absolute travesty. 3 XG, 27 shots, 11 on target, 61% possession, 4 half chances, 2 clear-cut chances, 1 goal. 3 strikers or not, we just cannot score. If they score late here, it will be the most undeserved goal I think I might have ever seen, but it's not going to happen. We get the win, but only 1-0, and it came from a corner. How our strikers got such good ratings, I do not know, when they had 11 shots on target, or I guess 10, and scored 0 of them. That was a bit of a let-off. We weren't good enough. We're going to have to step things up against better opposition. We did defend fantastically, but again, goals are the issue. The fact we only scored 1 goal from that match is an absolute travesty. You managed to get away with it today, but more likely than not, with shooting like that, you won't. Lucas Dean on his live comm debut gets man of the match. 8.6 rating, 10 key passes. I don't care about his age. 34 years old, who cares? He's had 2 really good games to start his sporting career. Hopefully he can have a third against Benfica, because we're probably going to need it. Ampadu also was unhappy because he thought I was too harsh on the team. Fortunately, I was able to get him to drop it, but I might sell him just because he's a little baby. Like, he wanted to leave to go to Chelsea, I think it was, or some English team, but he's got a contract until 2030. I didn't really want to lose him, so I turned it down. I might just let him go. He's been a crybaby ever since. Now this. I kind of don't want him on my team right at this point. He played decently well, but still, like, that annoys me when you do stuff like that. So we've got Benfica coming up in, 6-7 days? So, yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully we can put in another good, another good performance. Like, stats, I want similar stats, but, actually score goals this time. Because we're going to need to against Benfica. And we are back to take on Benfica. We're playing our 4-3-3 asymmetrical this match. That's what I planned on using against Benfica and Porto in the league this year. And most of the normal starters are back in. Vistic back in goal. He's unhappy because we didn't let him go to Newcastle. Like, Newcastle. He apparently only cares about money because they're in Europe for the first time since the beginning of the save this year, and it's only the Europa League. But they'll give him like 150K, so that's all he cares about apparently. But he signed a contract until 2031. So tough shit. He probably shouldn't have done that. Center backs are going to be Ruan, who's back from his injury, and Inacio. Dean starts at left back. Paulinho, Gusto, Nunez, Santos, Gonzalez, Sorloth, and Sesko. We've also had 2 other players upset with me. Well, 3 if you can't Ampadu, because he still wants to leave. But we played 2 league games this season. Not including the Super Taco, we played 2 competitive games this season. And yet 2 fringe players have already come to me saying they're unhappy with their playtime. 2 games. The players that came to me were Tabata, who seems to be okay right now. I kind of talked him out of it. But the other one, still pretty unhappy, and it's Thiago Tomas. He's listed as a fringe player, and we've played 2 games. And now he wants to leave because he's not getting playing time. That sounds broken to me. I don't know. Maybe does it count like how much they played last year? Because if it doesn't, that is absolutely broken. If it does, even then, they're fringe players. They probably were played as fringe players. So I don't know why they're unhappy. It's kind of annoying. But they've got long contracts here, so don't care. Alright, I want a good performance today against Benfica. We are going with this. I think the 4-3-3 narrow, a little too attacking for the likes of Benfica, especially away from home. Curious to see which Benfica shows up today, though. If it's the Benfica that we played last year, it should be pretty comfortable. If it's the Benfica that played all those years before, this is going to be very tough. Come on, everyone. I know you want to beat our rivals as much as I do. We're going to have to be better in front of goal today than we were last time. That kind of shooting isn't going to cut it today. First highlight is going to start with Benfica. 2.5 minutes in. Is that a red? I wish I loved anything like this team loves getting sent off as early as possible against Benfica. Unbelievable. I don't even think that was a red, by the way. So freaking annoying. I hate that so much. What do I do? Like, do I just stick with this? Without a defensive midfielder? Seems dangerous. Alright, I think I'm going to go with a 4-2-1-2. I'd like to do like a 4-3-2, but Santos can't play in midfield, and I don't really want to have to make a sub right now. It's a little early in the match for that. Sesko's going to play on the right, obviously. Sorloth, complete forward attack. Sesko, advance forward. Nunez going to play a deep line playmaker on defend. Gonzalez. Actually, let's just switch around. Gonzalez. What do I play Gonzalez as? Like, I don't know if I want to be a Mazzala right now. Maybe just send him in support. Roaming, probably not roaming playmaker. I already have a playmaker in Mateus Nunez. I'll go send him in support. We're obviously not going to do an inverted wing back now. Just wing backs on the support on both sides. And I'm going to go with just normal defenders instead of cover stopper. Well, that's annoying. I'm going to completely change the way we play, though. We're not going to be able to hold possession down a man. So we're going to have to go higher tempo, a little bit more direct. Let's go fairly wide. No. Yeah, I'm playing like we usually did with our 4-4-2 diamond. Running at defense, higher tempo. We're going to go to cautious. Probably hit early crosses. Sesko and Sorloth are still up top. I'm not going to tell anything here. Going to counter. I might regroup instead of counter pressing. And drop the line back to standard. Don't use offside trap. Don't finish our goalkeeper distribution. Don't stay on feet. Seriously, I had stay on feet on. We still got to sending off after 3 minutes. So dumb. I think I'm going to drop the line of engagement to back a touch as well. And we're going to go standard defensive width. Alright, well, now we kind of need a miracle. First highlight after the sending off is 13 minutes in. And it's going to start with Benfica. Neither team's really done much since the sending off. We don't have a shot. Neither do they. We're going to look to attack here, though. Sesko on the ball. Going to go all the way back to Mateus Nunez. He's got Pedro Gonzalez. Not playing in the best position right now. But it's kind of what we have to do unless we're going to make subs. And it looks like we're going to give the ball away, and Benfica are going to go on the attack now. Vage on the ball. Going to look to put in a cross. He does. Origi at the back post. Has to head it down. There's no way he's going to go for goal there. Finds Torres eventually. He's going to put a ball across, and Nacio does well to get rid of it. And they're going to keep coming. This is going to be non-stop highlights, non-stop attacks from Benfica. Like they're not good enough. They have to be playing up a man in their stadium for the entire match, basically. Luckily, we don't concede there, but are we going to see the corner? It's never going to stop. The highlights are never going to stop. Need to get this one away, though. We do. Please, end of highlight. Thank you. But it comes right back. Literally 2 minutes later. We're going to get the ball, though. Probably just going to give it away, though. That's what we did last time. It's probably what's going to happen again. And it is. Going for the long ball, not finding anybody. Something I should be doing that I didn't. Passing space. Alright. Vage on the ball now. Going to look to tack down this right-hand side again. It's going to go back to Ricardo Horta. Puts in a deep cross to Origi. We headed away, but they're going to keep on it because they have an extra man. Perot on the ball. Going to put another cross in. Darwin Nunez. And there's the first goal of the game. Pretty sure he's onside as well. I mean, it was coming. They probably have about 10 attacks in the last 3 minutes. It's disallowed. Okay, I'm glad I was wrong. He looked on to me, but apparently he wasn't. Yeah, he's just ahead of the defender. All right. We hold on for a little bit longer. Corner for Benfica. If they score late in the first half, I'll be very upset. And they do. And it's from a corner, because of course it is. They have about 20 attacks from open play, but it's a set piece that gets them the first goal of the game. And I don't think we can come back from that. We've done absolutely nothing. Freaking sendings off, dude. It's so annoying. I thought we'd actually, stop doing. We didn't have many, if any, sending offs last year. But 3 minutes in, João Paulinho is like, nope, I don't want to win this match. Screw all y'all. We might be at a numerical disadvantage, but that just means you have to work even harder to get a result. We've beaten Benfica before, down a man. So there's no reason why we can't do it again. João getting sent off so early is unacceptable, especially in a match of this importance. You've let your coaches, teammates, and fans all down today. First time of the second half is 48 minutes in. It's going to start with us at least. Probably just going to give it away, and we do immediately. Now it's going to be a Benfica attack because that's all this match is going to be. Benfica attacks. Odysseus is going to look to build out from the back. They can do it now. They have an extra man. He's going to keep building from the back. Going to Jonathan Tah. They're going to eventually put it out wide to Perot on the left wing. Going to find Origi in a lot of space, who finds Darwin Nunez. Back to João Mario. They have as much space as they could, physically hope for at this point. Sesko does well winning it, but since we're down a man, we're never going to win that second ball. And we don't win it again. Gets to Fernandez on it. Going to find Horta. He's got an overlap down this right-hand side. He's going to look to go his own, it looks like, but instead he finds Wage. Looks for a floated ball to the back post. Origi, very good save from Novistich. That was very nearly 2-0. But it can still happen. They have a corner. They've already scored one of them. Are they going to score another? Not just yet. Ruan heads it away, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. It's probably the end of the highlight. But immediately another highlight. And it's Benfica. Because of course it is. João Mario on the ball. Gets Fernandez. Ricardo Horta. Might be looking for a long shot. He finds Origi instead. And that is some of the worst goalkeeping I think I've ever seen. It was like he was in slow motion. Like he literally P-rolled that ball. And Novistich is like, what was that? That was the weakest shot I think I might have ever seen in FM. And he doesn't react until the ball's already in the back of the net. That's game over. Another highlight, I've changed the tactic a little bit, gone more attacking. I've taken off Nuno Santos and brought on another striker. DK's on. I don't care at this point if we lose 2-0 or 10-0. I just want to give ourselves a chance of coming back, which isn't going to happen now that they got their third. Ricardo Horta with an absolute tap-in. And João Palhinha. I want to immediately cut him right now. Why is it always Benfica away? It is just always Benfica away, and it's always in the first 10 minutes. And there's going to be another highlight, and I can guarantee this is going to be another Benfica highlight, and about 90% chance it's going to be another Benfica goal. While getting the ball, we're going to eventually close him down, but he's got plenty of time and space to put a ball in, and literally no one's marking Darwin Nunez. It is at least a 4-0 loss. And the worst part is, I don't know how we would actually compare to them if we didn't have a sending off within 3 freaking minutes. And fortunately, that's how the game ends. I say fortunately because, they could have scored 4 more probably. I don't know what to say. It feels like it's every single time we play Benfica away, we always have an immediate sending off. It's either we are down a man the entire match and get destroyed, or we destroy them. There's no in between. We weren't good enough! And I don't have the words to express how angry that makes me. I understand we were down a man for pretty much the entire match. But in those situations, we need to rise to the occasion. And instead, we wilted. A disappointing result. In your view, what happened today? Did you watch the match? João got sent off after 3 minutes. No comment. Must really hurt everyone on the team. What's your reaction to such a heavy defeat? I'm thoroughly embarrassed, and I imagine our fans aren't too happy either. If I could find João Palhinha his entire year's wages, I would in a heartbeat. An absolute heartbeat. It's just everything. Not only does he have to be sent off in the hardest league match of the season, but he has to do it immediately. João Palhinha, obviously, going to be banned for a match. I actually have the option to demote him to the under-23s, and I really want to, but I'm just going to do the 2 weeks fine. Not going to appeal against the ban because he is an idiot. And there were a lot of other awful performances. We can look at the match ratings. Sorloth played a 5.9. He hasn't scored a goal in 8 hours. There's a decent chance we sell Sorloth. He has been pretty awful since the halfway point of last season. But time to find. Novistich, 6.6, probably just good enough that I can't find him. Ruan can definitely find. That is 1 week's wage. Inacio, that is 1 week's wage. If it'll let me. Define, 1 week. Dean, 6.6, too good to find. Malo Gusto, though, 6.3, absolute fine. Mateus Nunez, 6.3, absolute fine. Nuno Santos, 6.5, not quite. Sorloth, not just a 1 week fine. He is getting a 2 week fine. A 5.9, That's 2 weeks. Pedro Gonzalez, 1 week, 6.3. Sesko, 6.5, probably just good enough. No, I can find him, so I'm going to. I'll go half a week's wages, though. A little bit better than the rest of the trash on the team. Daryl Dike also came on and got a 6.5, so he's also getting fined a half a week's wages. That was embarrassing and pathetic. Well, that sucked. After a pretty promising start to the season, 2 games, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets, that happens. Obviously, he might be saying, don't be too harsh. I mean, it's just a 1 match. You were down the entire game, down a man in the entire game, to away from home to the best team in the league. Second best. Probably second best. But if he's going to get sent off that early in a match of that importance, with me telling him to stay on feet, what's to keep him from being sent off immediately in a Champions League knockout? In terms of what we're coming back for, I mean, there should be some group games in September. Don't know who's going to be in our group so far. Based on how the season's gone, it's probably going to be like Real Madrid, Liverpool, and who else do we want to throw in there? Let's go Leipzig. Probably something like that. But I'll see you for whoever we get in the Champions League group stage. I need some time to cool off because that is the worst thing that could possibly happen. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell? The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.